So I'm in Rhino. I'm trying to make something that's bilaterally symmetrical, like a butterfly wing or a book or a pair of lips. That's what I'm going to build. So I'm sharing my screen. Let's go take a look at our friend Rhino. I'm starting with a blank screen. What I want to do, I want to build with sub-D tools because I find that they're just organic and fluid and they've got a lot of malleability, as they say. So I'm going to get into sub-D tools here, grab myself a little slab there and lay down a slab about like that. Right now, what I know I'm going to want to do later is have more subdivisions available. I'm going to shape this thing into a pair of lips, and it's going to be a little bit of goofing around. So the first thing I think I'll do is grab that and just come up here to my menu, and right there, that little guy says subdivide sub D. So I get more options. I can even do it again and just get lots and lots of grid. I might find that a little bit too much, so maybe I'll just do the one. Okay, so now what I've got is that I'm looking at all 4 ports here, but if I extrude this in my perspective grid, I'm going to turn on shading in this one so you can see what I'm talking about. You get a really nice effect right there in terms of how that comes up. You'll see I've got nice shading on that. Okay, good so far. What I'd like to do now is start setting this up so that it's going to be bilaterally symmetrical. Come back to the top here by itself. And if you were to say, I want to put symmetry in here, you would probably say to yourself, well, there's one right there. And of course, that's wrong. Welcome to Rhino, right? So what we want to do is say sub D symmetry reflect. That's where this particular trick lives. Select the sub D that you want to apply the reflection to. That's the one. Start of reflection plane right smack there in the middle. End of reflection plane, I can hold down shift and force that to be straight. And now I'm a happy guy. So if let's just switch this into shaded mode, you can see what I'm talking about. Shaded. So now what I've got is a light side and a dark side. And you know you always stay on the light side, which means that anything I do here will affect this other side as well. So if I click on this and say, I want to grab this one particular panel and yank it sideways, both sides come along. So you can see how effective and useful this is. So if I said, well, really what I want to do, I'm holding down Shift Command on a Mac in order to get to these tools. Like for instance, I want to scale the ends of those to make them a little bit tighter. And then I want to raise them up because boy, we're happy people over here. And then maybe I want to add another subdivision here. What I might do is grab this edge. I want to insert another edge. Sub D, insert edge, grab this one and say that's the one, and it gives me a chance to say, well, where would you like to put that one? I want to put it right there. So now I've got more divisions available to me, and I can grab that and pull that down. I can, well, I don't want to extrude it. I'm just going to move it. So the difference between the ball and the arrow, this one extrudes, this one just moves. So you can see if I want to move that down, I can get kind of that effect. And then I can come down here, do something similar to that to pull this down as well. Whoops, I got a little piece on that one over there. So let's come down with that, get a little bit nicer like that. And now here's a nice little touch. What I can do with this is add a crease right here. I want that to be where the 2 lips meet right there. So there's a crease right here in my tools, add crease to sub D or mesh. And it says select the line. Select the line that you want to use. And I'm going to double click that one to get the whole thing and then press enter when done. Doink. And now I've got, if we go back to perspective, you'll see what I mean. I've got something that I can grab. So if I grab that, double click that line, and then force that down, I've got a really nice sharp crease right there. Isn't that cool? So now you can kind of see how this is starting to take shape. I will keep fooling around with this. Maybe I'll grab, over here, grab a couple of shapes up on the top like that one maybe, and pull that up because it's going to give me both of those. So maybe I'll actually extrude it, or maybe I'll grab that crease and push it down. There you go. Now you're talking. So you can see how much control you got over exactly how you might shape something like this using the move, using the scale, and I haven't used rotate, but that's also available in that gumball. If you can't find some of this stuff, make sure your gumball is turned on right up here in the top. Maybe yours is somewhere else. The interface for this is different on every platform. So if you can't find it, it's in there somewhere. Just keep hunting. I hope that is somewhat helpful. I look forward to seeing what spectacular stuff you make using these tools. See ya.